want to show you how you can transform your body from a fat storing machine over to a fat burning machine. I also want to show you how you can increase your insulin sensitivity while you're at it. Nobody likes excess fat, especially excess belly fat, as this is one of the key risk factors for insulin resistance. Our bodies have been designed to store fat at times of plenty and burn fat at times of scarcity. I want to talk about what needs to be done to turn this switch on. Our body typically has two different fuel sources. The first fuel source is food. The glucose in the foods we eat gives our body energy. Most of us have hundreds of thousands of calories of extra fuel stored up as fat. And when the body is using food for fuel, glucose and insulin enter the bloodstream. This is what it looks like. Our glucose levels spike and our insulin levels spike. Insulin's primary job is to open the doors to the cells. Whether it's a liver cell, a heart cell, or a fat cell, insulin opens the door. The modern American diet consists heavily on carbohydrates and sugars, and that causes multiple spikes and crashes in our blood glucose levels, causing us to feel hungry again and we eat more food. But that keeps our insulin levels elevated throughout the day, causing insulin resistance and prevents us from burning fat. Before we were eating the 3 meals a day, 6 meals a day, or snacking all day, causing that glucose roller coaster, we were eating a lot less frequently. When your parents would come home from school and ask your grandparents for a snack, they'd say, no, it's going to spoil your dinner. And then they would ask for a snack after dinner, they'd say, no, you should have eaten your dinner. Nowadays, we're eating, we're snacking, we're drinking, we're doing something to consume calories, and it's increasing our glucose and it's spiking our insulin all the time. One of the easiest ways to switch from fat burning to fat storing is with intermittent fasting. Having good, substantial meals that you really look forward to without snacking in between meals. When we're fasting, we're not starving, we're just switching fuel sources. We're using fat for fuel, and snacking, that's really the enemy. If we avoid so many glucose or insulin spikes throughout the day, that helps keep our insulin levels nice and low, and our body, it keeps burning fat for fuel. This is what that looks like. If your insulin levels are nice and low, your body is burning fat for fuel. People new to intermittent fasting often ask if they're going to be hungry while their body's burning fat for fuel. And the answer is yes and no. There's a short snacking window right here where the body will temporarily feel hungry when it's switching from glucose to fat for the fuel source. It goes away really quickly, and once it's passed, your body feels quite satisfied from burning fat for fuel. A lot of people feel their minds and their bodies work a lot better off of fat. When it comes to mealtime, you're going to want to avoid any of the foods that will cause spikes in your glucose and your insulin levels. You want to prioritize with protein and healthy fats, and you definitely want to have some soluble fiber. Fiber helps prevent glucose and insulin spikes. Fiber, protein, and healthy fat